Yeah, two videos on the same topic today. Big whoop. You want to fight about it, coward? Knew how to poop, had to learn how to fart. Doesn't matter. I am glued to this rabbit hole here. VO3 is the latest AI generative video tool from Gemini, but it might as well be from Cyberdyne, because this is the first steps into the AI future takeover, like Skynet here. And what's being pumped out with VO3 is crazy impressive. And in a few cases, it's close to indistinguishable from a real authentic video. You'd have to be laser focused with your keen peepers and have your fucking Sharingan activated sometimes for these. And what I was talking about earlier is its effect it'll absolutely have on the YouTube ecosystem, where Let's Plays will be pumped out the wazoo, because there is a proof of concept right now from VO3 that it can very closely mimic real Minecraft and Fortnite Let's Plays with a face cam, a YouTuber, and the gameplay. I won't just regurgitate more examples of that. There are plenty to choose from here, the most notorious being that red-shirted cartoon character on ketamine right there in front of the Minecraft gameplay. There are some that are even more convincing that don't look like they're hitting a K-hole really hard. Point is, it's very good at pumping out fake Let's Plays. It's also very good at pumping out other kinds of popular YouTube content like those street interviews.
What's one move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time?
Oh, y'all gotta give them that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
This genre of content is so fucking cringe that this AI video feels just about as natural and organic as the real flesh, blood, and cringe that does this. Like, I swear to God, the people that do those videos are always like the exact same. What is your body count? And it feels almost as robotic as this AI video. So this one is actually looking to have people putting fries in the bag right now from that genre of content. Like, this is the wooden stake to the vampire's heart, because they can pump these street interviews out endlessly. And that and plenty more. Really, they can make endless YouTube content and flood the platform. And like I said, it's not perfect. You can still tell something is awry. It's still a bit eerie, but it's good enough that I think a large number of people will be none the wiser. And also, a large number of people aren't even paying that much attention to the videos they put on in the first place. So this will absolutely encapsulate them. It's just getting very concerning. But the one thing AI will never be able to emulate or replace is good hygiene. Motherfuckers out there smelling like trash, practicing horrible hygiene, it's time to fix that with our soap. Use Cheeky.com for the best soap ever made. I wanted to briefly mention that because we're doing a big Memorial Day sale that we're running until Monday, where if you use code MOIST, it's 20% off everything. So now's the perfect time to really upgrade your hygiene. Anyway though, I didn't want to just focus on the YouTube side of things when it comes to this technology again. That's what I did earlier today. Instead, I want to talk about it in some other areas, most notably in commercial productions. So many of you know, commercials use actors and they have sets and they have a budget and they produce commercials to advertise products, you know, the whole shebang. I don't need to explain to you how that shit works. I don't need to fucking spoon feed you that with the here comes the airplane on commercials. Point is, commercials have always had humans as a part of selling the product. But VO3 is currently just out of the box almost good enough to fully replace that. And there is a producer that made a little proof of concept showcasing its capabilities even this early on.
I tried everything for my depression. Nothing worked.
Every day felt heavy. I felt trapped.
Then I tried Puppermin.
Our prescription helps your body secrete a special pheromone that attracts puppies.
I took the pill before bed, and when I woke up, there he was, the love of my life.
The pill does not target depression directly, but we've found that it's really difficult to be depressed when cute dogs show up at your doorstep.
Now, obviously, the video itself is a joke, but the concept is not. As he mentions in that tweet, he claims that he used to spend like $500,000 making pharmaceutical commercials. Meanwhile, he was able to generate this minute 16-second ad for $500 on VO in less than a day. Do you know how appealing that is to businesses, corporations that are constantly looking for ways to shave some doubloons off their bottom line and, you know, cut corners and save money? This is like a wet dream to them, because why would they hire tons of, you know, contractors as well as booking a location and setting aside shooting dates, editing, all of that, the whole kit and caboodle, when instead they could just hire one talentless goober to type some prompts into VO3 and generate something that's good enough for people to see and maybe get interested in the product. Like, it's just so cheap. Like, it is like 1/1,000,000th of the price of a normal commercial, and it's not like this takes a skilled laborer. Whereas doing commercials, that's a whole industry of specialized professionals. That's expensive. And you also have to hire actors, whereas this cuts out everyone except for one guy, and anybody can do that job. No matter what kind of dogshit delusional propaganda the self-proclaimed prompt engineers try and shove down your throat, this is a very easy thing to do for anybody at all with access to it. So this is going to be an extremely appealing option for these companies because the only risk is a reputational hit where people criticize them for using AI in their advertisements. But because this technology is becoming more and more normalized, more and more people are being accepting of it anyway. So they can save a ton of money and eventually people will stop caring, and they know that. They're banking on that. So as the guy in the tweet here says, as PJ says, why would they be spending this kind of money when instead they can spend like $500 and still generate a commercial that's good enough? And not only that, they can generate a new commercial every day with this. So they can have an entire marketing campaign for a fraction of the cost and 20 times the output. It's just, that is going to be where these greedy corporations go. And like I said, this is VO3 just out of the box. So here's another example from someone named REK, just showcasing how good the sound is here in terms of like lip syncing and characters talking, all completely generated through VO, nothing added.
We can talk.
No more silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk with accents.
Oh, I think that would be marvelous, Fran.
Yes, it is very fun. But
Yes, it is very
It's
good.
very fun.
I can talk.
Yes.
We can talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
Yes,
We can talk. No.
We can talk as cartoons.
This is amazing.
Imagine all the narrative possibilities.
And imagine all of the people that no longer will be able to work in any of these industries at all because no corporations are going to hire people when instead they can just generate the content. That's the actual future and the hard pill that a lot of these AI enthusiasts refuse to swallow. I keep seeing this argument of like, now art is accessible to everyone. You stupid troglodyte, it always has been if you were creative enough and had the drive to. It's the same thing with like AI art, how like a lot of people claim AI has given people, everyone the ability to be an artist. That's always been in your possibilities, like that's always been on the table. If you just had the drive, pick up a fucking pencil and you could become an artist if you learn. This just does it all for you. The AI in its current state can be used as a tool by real artists and real filmmakers, 100%. I have seen like some positive usages there for some things, but the bulk of this will be from corporations looking to save money by just not hiring people at all and just cutting them out. Using AI to generate art is not a tool. Like, you cannot compare this to like a tablet or like digital art that a lot of people try and compare these apples to oranges. It's just delusional cope because you can't grab a tablet and a stylus and set them down and say, draw James Corden fighting Vegeta. Because nothing's going to happen. It's not just going to have like a fucking mind of its own and just draw it for you. It's not the goddamn Disney Channel bringing this shit to life with magic. You would still have to grab that stylus and draw James Corden fighting Vegeta. Whereas using these AI programs, if you tell it, draw James Corden fighting Vegeta, it will. It does it for you. You don't do anything. It's not a tool. It just does what you tell it to do. It'd be like me calling myself a pilot because I flew on a plane to Dallas once. I may not have been behind the controls, but I said I wanted to go to Dallas, so I got on the plane and the plane took me to Dallas like I said. I guess I must be a pilot. So it's a terrible comparison, and what it's going to be used for is replacing people. That's why so much money keeps getting funneled into it constantly. Because as PJ mentioned, why are you going to hire people for commercials or short videos or anything like that when instead you can generate infinite number of them for an infinitely lower cost? Another thing PJ mentioned that I think he's right on the money with. He said, I've been a professional filmmaker for 15 years and it's getting very difficult to tell if this is fake. And then he played another AI generated video that's also pretty impressive. And then he said, in what world is not all media generated within 2 years? Unfortunately, I think he's pretty close to the money here. I don't think it's going to be all media. I think that's a little exaggeratory. But I think in the next 2 years, we're going to see a huge shift in the amount of AI content where on specific places like YouTube and Twitter, a ton, maybe even the majority of the content you consume is non-human. It's artificial. And that shit sucks. It's going to get to a point where the amount of artificial content drowns out the real human being driven content. Like, it's going to be a novelty to find like an actual person behind videos or whatever online. There was already that report that I've mentioned numerous times here about how almost half of the internet now is actually bots. Like, there is a 50-50 shot the person you're interacting with online is not a person at all, but instead a bot. It's already out of control. And now with this technology getting so good, it's only going to continue to spiral the problem more and more out of control. So it's hard for me not to get like lost in this rabbit hole because it is so fascinating. This is a crucial moment in human history we are living through right now. Legitimately. Like, that is not exaggeratory to say. This is that big. So I wanted to talk about it. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.